So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Phin to brew your coffee. And I'm not going to use the coffee weighing scale in this video so that you can do it without the weighing scale. So first of all, we're going to take two parts of the Phin. These are the four parts of the Phin. We're going to take just the base and put it on top of the cup. You're going to take the press and the lid out, keep it on the side for now. I'm just going to clean this with freshly boiled water. So the temperature of the cup and the Phin will go up, and this is just for cleaning, so we're going to throw that water away. Then we're going to measure the coffee. If you have the black one, this is the Robusta, this is the Viet Brew Bold. The white one is the Arabica, which is the Elegant. So in this example, let me use the Robusta, which is basically my favorite. So I'm gonna eyeball it. Usually I take around 16 to 18 grams of coffee. But if you don't have a weighing scale, just take 3 full spoons of coffee. So take 2, and that's 3. So take 3 spoons of coffee, and that's about it. So this is going to be around 16 grams of coffee. If you have a weighing scale, you can measure it out, and then you just tap it, just move it around so that the top is even. Once the top is even, you can see that this is ground fine size for the Phin. So you keep it on top of the cup. The Phin will work on any cup. It could work on the mug as well. You can see here, it works on any size of the cup. Once you've done that, you're going to take water at around 92 degrees. If you don't have a temperature measurement, then all you need to do is boil water and then open the cap and wait for 2 minutes. That's going to get your water to around 92 degrees. This is the place where you're going to get less bitter, but still very nice and smooth and strong coffee. Now I'm going to take the press. This is your press, and I'm just going to wait for the pressure to come. I'm going to even the top out. I'm not going to press like a French press. It's not supposed to be a lot of pressure. So as soon as you feel you're getting a little bit of pressure from the coffee, you just leave it on top. Once you've done that, you pour a little bit of water, just enough to cover the top, and then you wait about 30 to 40 seconds. This is the time when you allow the coffee to bloom, the CO2 to go out, before you actually start to brew the coffee. If you don't have a timer, I mean, all of you must have a timer, but if you don't want to time it for some reason, you can just wait for the first drip to come down. And that's usually going to be around 30 to 40 seconds. I would say 40 seconds is recommended so that all of the CO2 goes out, the coffee has enough time to bloom. Once you've waited, you're going to start pouring the water, and you're going to cover 70% of the Phin. If you have something to measure, it's going to be around 120 ml, but otherwise you can just eyeball it, which is exactly how they do it in Vietnam. So it's not a big deal. Just wait for 70% to be full, and typically that's when the top of this lid is covered with water. That's the time that you have enough water, and then you're going to put this lid on top to wait for the coffee to brew. Okay, so now I've waited enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start pouring this water. Again, this is at around 92 degrees. Feel free to experiment. You can go above if you're okay with a slightly more bitter profile. You can go below that if you think that you would like slightly more sweeter finish. So once that's done, you start pouring this, and you pour and pour until you cover the top of the lid. Okay, so we're just going to cover the top. So once you've done that, you're going to stop as soon as the top is covered. This is around 120 ml of water, and then you're going to cover the lid. Okay, and that's about it. You can see that the drip has started, and you can see that the coffee is now dripping. And you see that it's dripping exactly from the center, which means that we actually did a good job of evening the top of the ground coffee. And within less than 5 minutes, your coffee will be ready.